All right, so today we're making a honey bourbon soap with homemade oat milk and Tupelo honey. So I've just got my oils mixed up here. I've got them at 83 degrees. That's typically the temperature I like to, right around 80 to 85 is the temperature I like to soap. So we're just blending these up nicely. I like to blend my oils first before I add my lye solution. I'm adding my lye solution here. I've got Tussa Silk in there. I normally would add sodium lactate, but because I'm adding some other additives to this, such as honey and oat milk, I am not adding that. So I'm just bringing this to a light emulsion. So I've not worked with oat milk before, so this was an interesting experience. It was recommended by Layla from Mad Soaper, and so I made my own oat milk, and it kind of made the soap a little grainy. It's really kind of interesting. So I'm also going to be doing a hanger swirl. So see, I've got my oat milk and my honey mixed in there. As I start mixing it, it gets a little grainy here. You can kind of tell at the end, but you can't really see before then. So just stirring that up. And then I've got a dark brown, and I've got what lustrous brown is called from Nurture Soap, and then I've got winter white, and then I've got their honey blush with a little bit of Maya gold in it. So I'm doing 3 colors with a hanger swirl, and it was starting to thicken up here more than I liked, and it was also slightly grainy. So I'm not a huge fan of the oat milk, although it was really easy to make. And I wasn't going to actually fragrance the white because I'm using a blend of Kentucky Bourbon, Cavalier, and Orange 10 times. And these fragrances can discolor, particularly the Kentucky Bourbon and the Orange 10 times. So it smells absolutely amazing, but I'm thinking the white will discolor a little bit, but it will be a nice contrast still to this caramel color and the dark brown. So as you can see, I'm pouring here. I'm just doing a basic drop swirl here, but it is starting to really thicken up, and it's not my favorite texture. It's not as smooth as I normally would like. And normally when I'm doing the drop swirl, I like my soap to not be thick like this. I like it to have a little bit of a sort of thicker consistency, but it still should be very pourable. So this is not something I'm typically used to. So I am not, and at the end you can see I had to plop it in there, and that's not something I normally like to do. And so I'm just adding the white in there. Fortunately, I was doing a hanger swirl, and so you kind of, it's probably gonna look really cool tomorrow when I cut it. But again, I didn't like the consistency of this. If you've used oat milk soap in the past, or used oat milk, what are some things you did to try and keep it really fluid and not grainy? Maybe it was just the type of oat milk I used. I tried to strain it really well. So anyways, and so I'm just trying to get the last little bits here. I made a gigantic mess in my new workspace. It's not something, this is my first video I've tried to do in this workspace. I might move back to my other workspace because there's a lot to do, a lot to move, and I've got a dehumidifier going in there. Anyways, so just a basic swirl here. I'm gonna rinse the top tomorrow when it's done, so I didn't want to do anything too fancy. But this is gonna make I think this is gonna make an absolutely great bar of soap.